Right now I feel very refreshed and clean
I feel pretty good.
So good. A little bit tired.
because we just took a 0 day in town and the weather's not too humid.
It's a nice breezy morning, very cool. Walk through some fields. It's a pretty good morning.
Recovering from heat exhaustion. So not the best. Not the worst.
I think the AT has made me less anal retentive.
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I'm just walking every day.
I think it's given me a cool insight into myself.
I was very schedule oriented and all kinds of stuff before the trail.
Kind of makes me think that maybe I'm more persistent at getting something done.
It's a different perspective on a way to live. It's not something I want to do forever, but I'm glad that I'm doing it now.
You kind of have to learn to let your schedules go out here because the trail dictates what you do. You can make a schedule, but the trail will make you change it.
It's made me more spontaneous, I think. I mean, you just have to do what makes the most sense at any given moment.
I don't want to be anything in particular. I just want to tinker around and just be able to be at home a lot.
Still want to be an engineer. Hasn't changed anything out here.
Still figuring that out.
Do crafts and stuff like that. I just want to be a part-time job worker for the rest of my life.
I have had fleeting thoughts of, adventuring or doing, working with my hands or something, or
Maybe a teacher, maybe an organic farmer, maybe an inventor of words.
I feel like it's something that I should do in my life, to live my life in a full way.
just to do it.
I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail because I started hiking the Appalachian Trail.
It presented itself. We found out about it, and it just kind of grew in me. Like, okay, this is something you should do. It's gonna be really hard, but you should do it anyway.
I think about it more and more, and it's just kind of like, why am I out here? Just to be out here. I mean, why not?
And by God, I'm gonna finish the Appalachian Trail.
The overall lack of comfort.
I think the constant changes, the constant adapting.
I think it's the time. It's just a lot of time.
You're either cold or hot or humid or dirty or tired and you don't have a bed.
At the beginning it was adapting to all the cold weather, all the wetness, and then it kind of changed to dealing with chafing, sweat, bugs, all the stuff during the summer, and everything changes.
It's difficult to be away from friends and family for that long.
It hasn't been like the hiking or anything. The hiking is pretty easy. You just put one foot in front of the other. Just being uncomfortable most of the time.
When it's raining for a long time, you have to deal with being wet for a long time, and when you have no water, you have to deal with being thirsty. So I think it's just the constant adapting, constant not knowing what you're going to see that next day.
It's just a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy. It's exhausting.
Just the random acts of kindness that we have gotten from people.
The best part about the AT is never knowing what's going to happen.
I think it's just been having time to myself and my own thoughts, interacting with people in kind of a more real setting.
For every bad part, there's an awesome part.
Everybody, for the most part, I would say 99% of the people we've met along the trail, whether it be a hiker or a trail angel or people we've met in town just curious about what we're doing, everyone has been so nice and so just genuinely wanting to help and curious and friendly.
I think personal growth has been a good time to kind of get my head around different ideas, maybe get some insight into myself.
The trail always delivers, and it's kind of you always have what you need in the time that you need it. It may not feel like it, but trail magic will come along or something will happen that it just works out every time you need it, and it's really cool.
The number one thing that I think personally has been the hardest to do without has been air conditioning and heating.
Of a car.
Right now, definitely a temperature regulated house.
Not that I want to drive a car all the way to Katahdin or anything like that, but a car is it's like a magical thing.
Climate control.
Somewhere that I can control the temperature consistently and accurately.
It has climate control, it's a portable shelter, and you can go to any grocery store. I mean, like, you think we get into a town and it's like, oh, the grocery store is 2 miles away, but walking, that's a 4-mile walk. It's going to take you a couple hours at least.
It's always humid, and it's always hot or it's always cold. You're never like in that perfect temperature zone.
If you have a car, you're there and you're back, and you don't have to carry any of your stuff the whole time. Cars are pretty awesome.
I think I've changed into a more patient person.
I don't know if I've changed personally, but I think my goals maybe have changed a little bit.
I honestly do think I'm more able to laugh at stuff now.
I had quite an interesting chat with God at one point about a fly that was bothering me, like really bothering me.
I definitely want to minimize my lifestyle.
I was in tears because this bug was bugging me so much.
When bad stuff happens, I can kind of see the end of it.
Not have as much stuff, not be tied down to as many things. So.
And then a couple days later, God kind of gave me a little sign like, hey, just be patient with the bugs, and don't let them bother you, and you'll be fine.
And I know it's not always going to suck, even though it sucks really badly right now.
So I think I've become just an all-around, in general, more patient person.
I can just live more simply.
My life right now is great. It's completely fulfilled.
My life is very fulfilled right now.
87%.
I'm very happy out on the trail. I'm also very excited for life when I get off trail.
Slightly more than when I started the trail. I think I just feel kind of more okay with where everything's at, but I still have things that I want to do, like go to school, figure out a definite career path for myself, or at least a beginning. I've got things I want to improve, relationships in my life with family and friends. There's always room for improvement, but everything's pretty good.
I think I'm feeling yellow these days.
Favorite color is still yellow.
Still orange.